Prayers, one, that Nigerians would understand our position. We refuse to be elitist about it. Two, that this IPPIS distraction should be taken away from us by government, while government will attend to the earlier listed demands of our union. Please note that IPPIS or no IPPIS, the strike will continue until government deals with those other issues of revitalization and the rest. Please note that it could cost 450,000 naira per semester to process one student at the university level. Now the question is, if we allow this to happen, if government decides to relinquish its responsibilities of funding these universities, how many Nigerians will have capacity for university education? And I speak now as a criminologist. If you deny people the opportunity to properly socialize themselves towards making themselves useful to themselves in future and by extension the society, the few who have this requisite socialization will not be sleeping at night, because the others who were skewed off the opportunity structure will come against them. And now I wish this would be scripted on the marble, so that if it happens tomorrow, ASUU will be vindicated. We didn't say they should fund the university to eternity, but they themselves agreed with us in 2009 that yes, they were in short by 1.3 trillion. And then in 2013, they came with 200 billion with the promise of voting in 220 billion every year for 5 years. But since then till today, only 20 billion has been released. The question is, visit universities, check out the buildings that have been raised, courtesy the 200 billion that was released. If by this year they had been releasing 220 billion naira yearly, you would also have known the extent to which facilities would have been revamped. But now, many of them, their children are schooling abroad, and so they don't want to care what happens locally here. ASUU's insistence is that they should care for what happens locally here until further notice. So please let them attend to those demands. We insist that IPPIS is a distraction. They must pay those salaries. They must pay the end academic allowances. They must come away. We must deal with the issues of state universities. We know the complexity therein. Then they must deal with those other issues. We insist that IPPIS is a distraction, but if they want to front burn it, we are also ready to place it on the front burner. We like to submit that from the way things are going, it looks like government is committed to making sure the universities remain closed till further notice. And I reiterate that our members will not return to the classrooms with empty stomachs. Thank you, gentlemen and ladies. So, gentlemen, we can come with questions. Sometimes